Hey everybody, welcome to Downward Dog Rising. Let's do some yoga to relax and to calm and to balance our energy. So welcome, and we're going to focus on stretching so our back feels good and our hamstrings get a nice stretch. And with that, let's begin. Take a deep inhale. Sink down into those sits bones, rise up through the top of your head. Bring palms straight together. Intention and focus is on gratitude for being in the present moment where anything is possible. Just stay right here, right now. Just focus on the breath. Let's begin. So we're going to start off. I want you to shrug shoulders towards ears on your inhale. And then I want you to release any tension through the fingertips. Exhale. So you're just going to shrug shoulders up and then release back down. Shrug up and then exhale. Breathing in. Shoulders shrug up, exhale, release down. 2 more. And release 1 more time. And release. I want you to think of shoulder as the anchor point, stays down, back, away from ear. Move in small increments so you know your neck, your cervical vertebra are okay with the stretch. Bring hand by left ear. Now real gently allow head to go to the right as if right ear is listening to right shoulder. Feel elongation on left side of neck. And breathe in and exhale. Breathing in and exhale. 1 more time. If your neck is okay with this motion and you want to take it a little deeper towards rear of neck, turn, look under armpits, stay here for a moment. Just changing different muscle fibers. And 1 more time, breathing in. And exhale, release. Good. We're going to relax our right shoulder down away from our ear. That's your anchor point. Then we're going to take the left hand by our right ear. Gently drop your left ear towards left shoulder as if you're listening to it. And just feel length in the side of your neck. Just stay here and breathe. Feels good if you've been at the computer today. Releasing the upper traps. As long as your neck is comfortable with this motion, turn and then gently just look under armpit. Feel the stretch move. A little more back into the side of the neck. So you're just relaxing that shoulder down, back, and away. And of course, if you stretch in any direction and it causes you pain, of course you would stop and you would back out of it because nothing should cause you pain. Gently turn head center, come back in. Okay, next thing that I want you to do, we're going to turn and we're just going to stretch both legs in front. I want you to extend your left leg out straight, and then I'm just going to have you draw the right knee towards you, bend right knee, place the sole of your foot onto the inside of your left leg, And then I want you to think of stretching the sides of your waist long. Ribs are long. Ribs out of hips. You're going to stretch arms to sky. On your inhale, I want you to stretch your spine long. We're just going to fold forward right at our hip socket. Instead of double leg, as in caterpillar, we're going to do a single leg forward bend. Hinge from your hip. Breathing in. Imagine the center of your breastbone is going to go straight over the front of your thigh bone. Gently allow thigh bone to reach down into your mat. If your knee is uncomfortable, you could have your hand under your knee or put a folded towel under your knee joint, holding there. Feel like you can stretch your spine long. Breathe. It's relaxing when we stretch forward because the back of our spine opens up this way. Be cautious if you have any disc herniations, because you don't want to make them worse by stretching in this direction. Kind of just want you to set the reset button. If you wind yourself up all day long, then it helps if you can unwind yourself at day's end. And just having gratitude for the ability to be able to do that goes a long way. Take one more deep inhale. And gently we're going to come up. Take your right leg straight down onto the mat. Fold that left leg in. You're going to place sole of foot on inner thigh. And again, just feel centered, balanced. You're going to lengthen up on your inhale. Feels really good to lengthen spine as you inhale. Now on your exhale, hinge from your hip joint. You're just going to slowly start to reach over your leg. You could place a little rolled up towel. You could put a blanket under your knee, even your hand. Gently stretch over that leg. Really stretch breastbone long. Try to really keep the length in your spine. When you feel a give, go a little deeper. One more deep inhale here. And slowly we're going to take it up. Now as you take it up, you're going to fold that leg in. Bring both knees underneath you. Come up into a little cat-cow. So I just want you to stretch head away from tailbone. And then you're going to exhale, abdominals scoop into low back. Inhale, stretch out your entire spine. And exhale, cat and cow, stretch it out. 2 more. Now from here, curling your toes underneath you, I'm going to have you float your knees up off mat. Now once you float your knees up, just stay here. Stay here and breathe. Keep your spine long, neutral. Think of your 2 hip points narrowing together. Feel your abdominals draw into your spine. Now gently you're going to start to extend your legs back into your downward dog. And maybe move around a little bit, stretch out sides of waist. Gently walk your dog. Stretch breastbone forward and through. It's okay if heels don't touch. Feel like your sits bones get pulled back behind you, lengthen through backs of thighs. Gently stretch sternum forward through the arms. Feel oppositional lengthening in your spine. Energy up the spine, energy down the spine. All the way to the bottoms of your feet and all the way to the bottoms of your hands. Next, extend your left leg straight up into the air into your 3-legged dog. Square out your 2 hip points forward to the front. Really stretch that leg long behind you. Fold in your knee. Open the hip. Flex your heel. Gently stretch ribs and hips apart like you're yawning. Full body yawn to the side. Open that hip up. Gently extend back into 3-legged dog. We're going to fold the left knee in, and then we're going to gently just place it towards our left thumb. So you're going to walk forward on your mat, drop that left knee by your left thumb. Make sure you keep your hips squared to the front, so your 2 hip bones are straight ahead of you. You don't want to twist pelvis. Back right knee is face down to the mat. Top of foot's resting on mat. Now we're going to really stretch our spine tall. Then we're going to start to make our way forward. You can come down to your forearms. You can come all the way down to your head if you like, to your forehead. If you come up to this point where your forearms are, just know that you'll have less resistance going through your pelvis. It might be a little more comfortable here. If you're okay here, you want to take it a little deeper. Relax your forehead on backs of hands if you like. You could also extend your arms straight into the mat overhead. Keep your hips squared. When I get into those deep gluteals, you're also going to feel the hip flexor on the other side. Just release any negativity or pent up energy stuck in your hips or your glutes. By breathing into it, focus on the breath. Imagine your rib cage is like a balloon. And right now, you're breathing into the back of your rib cage, and the air is inflating into your lungs as if you're blowing air into a balloon. Feel how your back stretches out as you breathe into the back of your ribs, taking you a little deeper into your hips and glutes. Take another deep inhale here. And gently we're going to make our way back up. Okay, so from here, take your back leg next to your front knee. Come back into all four position. Curl your toes under. Think of narrowing your two hip bones together in front so you really scoop into your core. Curl toes under. One more time, lift the knees up and just hold it right here. Create space between bottom of rib cage, hip bones. Create a little length in sides of waist, sides of ribs. Head lengthens away from tailbone. Abdominals keep scooping into spine. Stretch tailbone long behind you. Feel spine elongate. Slowly start to extend your knees. Stretch legs long. Pull breastbone forward and through. Stretch those sits bones behind you towards the floor. Pull the front of the chest forward and through. Really stretch apart. Take a few breaths right here. Feeling grounded into the earth through hands and feet. Three-legged dog. Pick up your right leg, point your toes, stretch that leg long. Hips are squared, straight line across them. Lengthening. Now we're going to fold our right knee in. Slowly open up through that whole right side. Hip opens, side opens up. Hip opens out. Take a deep inhale into that whole side. Open ribs and hips apart, side line. Slowly turn back center, square out hips, extend that right leg long behind you. Elongate your spine, deep inhale in. Fold the right knee in, start to bring your right knee towards your right thumb. Place that knee on the mat. Make sure you square out your hips and pelvis. Take that back foot, place it on mat. Now really stretch upwards through your spine. Keep those hips aligned straight across to the front. We don't want to lose our hip alignment. Sides of waist reach long. We're going to slowly make our way down. If you really feel tight in the hips, it might feel better for you to stay here on your forearms. If you want to go a little deeper, then you could go ahead and stretch all the way down. You could have arms straight, or you could fold arms, relax your forehead. And back some hands. Stay here and breathe. Go into the breath. Feel how it goes into the tightness and just release through it. Back knee points straight down to mat. Top of foot on mat. Hips squared. So we're just doing a pigeon pose. In Yin, known as swan. Breathe expansion into the sides and back of your rib cage. Feel those ribs expand apart. If you feel really tight in your hip or your glute, just breathe into the tightness and let it release. Balance your energy out. Let's take one more deep inhale here. Now slowly lift up, walking it up. I want you to take your legs straight behind you. Come up into a plank. Abdominals tighten in. Front ribs meet back ribs. Anchor those blades down back. Just hold your plank. Feel space between rib cage and hip bones. Narrow hip points together. Keep lengthening your spine. Press down through palms. Feel the energy go across mid-back, shoulder blades. Keep lengthening sternum, breastbone forward. From here, we're going to hug our elbows in tight, and we're going to slowly lower down to the floor, to the mat. So elbows hug in, and you're just going to go really slow down to your mat, taking your elbows by your sides. Going to do a little Sphinx right now. Your feet are going to rest on the mat. Keep stretching, neck long, collarbones wide, shoulders down and back away from ears. Gently lengthen from pubic bone to navel, creating length to the whole lower back. Abdominals drawing inward to your back. We're going to do a little tiny variation now. Pay attention how your body feels. We did a little neck stretch at beginning. Think of the same thing. Right ear starts to listen towards right shoulder, lengthening left side of neck. Slowly, we're going to start to pick up our left foot as we keep listening, right ear to right shoulder. Rotate. See if you can rotate that left leg behind and over just a little bit to open up your side. Breathing in, breathing out, keeping neck long. Slowly come back center. Extend. Now, we're going to go left ear, listens to left shoulder. Stretch the right side of your neck. Slowly you're going to pick up that right foot and gently stretch over to the other side. Just a little stretch over. Maybe I should move a tiny bit, and then I can have room. Left ear, left shoulder. Just opening up our side. Slowly come back to the center. Tops of feet go back to the mat. Now, a good rule of thumb, your elbows are directly under your shoulders. So what we're going to do from here, slowly just extend your arms a little bit forward, rise up into seal so you don't compress your shoulders or your low back. If you're back too far, you'll notice how my shoulders start to lift up a little. So find a point where you can create your length and your space and then stay right there. And just breathe. Abdominals draw into back. For seal, we're creating space in your spine. When we lose our space, we can have herniated discs and compression, protruding discs. When we create more space, we give more space for those discs to have their room, to stay put and not bulge out from compressive forces. Slowly, we're going to make our way back down. Just take a moment, relax your forehead on the back of your hands, maybe wiggle hips from side to side, releasing your back. Then we're going to make little right angle with our right elbow by our side. We're going to go into our shoulder to stretch, shoulder away from ear. And then we're actually going to pick up our foot and then gently twist a little to the side, allowing your shoulder to stretch into the mat. Now I want you to do one lung breathing into the rib cage that's closest to the floor. Really expand and breathe into that side of your rib cage. You're still going to have air going to both lungs. We're just putting our emphasis on our bottom rib cage more. Feel it stretch even under your armpit. Again, if anything's too intense on your shoulder, you'll back out of the stretch and not be in it as deeply. Feel those bottom ribs expanding out. You might even feel top ribs expanding out. Gently return center. Come back to the mat. Prop up again. You're going to fold this elbow and you're going to take it like 90-degree angle. Place shoulder and arm on mat. Okay, now we're going to pick up. See if I have room. Pick up our other foot, twist, and then gently rotate. Ow. Ow, 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 I gotta stop. Oh, I just got a cramp and my toes went under my fridge. Oof. I'm gonna keep going, okay? That hurt, okay. Talk about being in the moment. My toes got cut like under the fridge, and my hamstring cramped. Okay, here we go again. I just had to do this. Not a big deal. So where were we? Left arm bent, 90-degree angle.